Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a project called Beatles60. It's a really unique and kind of wild experiment that lets fans relive the entire Beatles story, but one single day at a time. It's a fascinating way to look at history, and it has one incredibly strict rule that, honestly, changes everything. So, let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, let's get the big news out of the way, which might sound a little familiar to any Beatles fan. In a press release just dripping with that classic band breakup humor, the project's podcast has announced it's going on an indefinite hiatus. You know the drill. The co-hosts are off pursuing other projects, and while a reunion isn't totally off the table, for now, the podcast is officially part of the archive.
And this is absolutely the most crucial thing to know. It's only the podcast that's on pause. The real heart of the Beatles60 project, its daily online community, is still buzzing. It is very much alive, posting every single day, tracking the Beatles' journey exactly 60 years to the day. That's where the real action is happening.
So, what is this whole thing really about? Well, it was created to solve a problem we all have when we look back at history. Especially a story as huge as the Beatles, right? We tend to just collapse time, mashing it all together. You've got a fact from 62 sitting right next to an idea from 69, and you just lose all sense of how things actually grew and changed over time.
To fight against that, the project uses this really cool method. Now, academically, you could call it a longitudinal phenomenological historiographic study, which, is a total mouthful. But the idea behind it is so simple and powerful. Just follow their story day by day at the exact same pace they lived at 60 years later. It's all about experiencing their journey as it actually happened, in real time.
And this brings us to the project's number one single most important rule. It's summed up in their amazing mantra, "We ain't jumping around." What does that mean? It means to preserve that day-by-day experience, there is absolutely zero skipping ahead. If it hasn't happened yet in the 60-year timeline, you can't talk about it. Period. In this world, the future is always unwritten. Now, you might be thinking this approach sounds a little casual, but it is deeply analytical. For example, the project actually came up with the term protomania to describe that specific period just before Beatlemania truly exploded. It's a serious historical and cultural analysis, which just goes to show you the intellectual rigor that's behind all the fun. But, and this is a big but, serious does not mean boring. Not at all. The project is absolutely packed with personality and humor. Right alongside those deep academic dives, you get these wonderful, funny moments where the hosts bring their own personal curiosity into the mix. It's the perfect proof that you can learn something profound and have a great time doing it. So, what does this all actually look like in practice? Well, the project is this incredibly rich blend of content. You've got these amazing cultural deep dives into things like the rise of blue beat and mod culture. There are interviews with experts like historian David Rees. They do this thing called musical archaeology, where they put together weekly playlists from the era, and they're constantly analyzing original sources to debunk myths. It's a perfect mix of deep research and just genuinely fun discovery.
So this all leads to a really important question, right? Who is this actually for? Who is the audience for such a specific, rule-based project? And the answer tells you everything you need to know about its core philosophy.
And here's the answer. This is so important. Beatles60 was never, ever designed to be some kind of personality brand or a fan club for the hosts. It is explicitly a community of Beatles fans. It works more like a historical society, a collaborative space where the community, together, chronicles this incredible story. The focus is always on the Beatles, not the people running the show. This whole spirit is just captured perfectly in their guiding principle, where all students, there are no teachers. The entire project is built on this idea that there's no hierarchy. There's no Mr. Know-It-All at the front of the room. Everybody is there to learn together, to share what they find, and to build a much clearer picture of the past.
So if all this sounds like your kind of thing, here's how you can jump in. The main event, the heart of it all, is that daily conversation happening in the Facebook group. You can get access through a special link. Just go to beatles60.group/hidden. And of course, that entire podcast archive is there, waiting for you to explore whenever you want.
You know, when it's all said and done, the Beatles60 project leaves us with this really powerful question. It's not just about learning a bunch of facts. It's about completely reframing how we understand history. It's about experiencing it not as a list of events, but as a living, breathing story that's still unfolding, one day at a time.